Hello, this is MMA Recap with Intellect, the one and only homie. I don't fuck with phonies, y'all know what it is, let's get it. Yeah, just saw UFC Fight Night, Fight for the Truth, shit was fucking dope. Bunch of good fights. I didn't get to see all the prelim fights, so I'm not going to be discussing the prelims. I did see an extra prelim because if you watch the main event, not the main event, but like the main card, they showed up extra prelim fight before. So I'm going to go through that one first. So Yves Edwards versus Yancy Medeiros. Great fight. It was a first round KO by Yancy. It was a back and forth, like standard battle. Actually, kind of ironic though. He was clipped him twice and kind of had him rock, even though Yancy was like shaking his head no. But he ended up coming back and just catching him with a really good left uppercut, like when he kind of ducking in, going for overhand himself. And great knockout. I love Yves Edwards. It kind of sucks seeing him get KO like that. You know what I mean? I've been a fan of his for years, so but it happens and shit. So good fight. Francisco Rivera versus George Rope. That was a good ass fight too. First round could have gone either way. Shit, I barely gave it to Francisco, even though I could see a case for Rope and shit. Or Roop. Sorry, guess I didn't say his last name right. Second round came back and knocked him the fuck out. Like, it was a great barrage of punches. He just clipped him once and he just emptied his gas tank. It was that kind of barrage, like if he didn't knock him out, he was gonna get stopped or lose by decision. You know what I mean? Because he let it all go and just caught him with punches until he eventually dropped him and got a few shots in. They got to stop it. It was a good fight. Shout out both of them. It was a very entertaining fight. Now to a very unfortunate fight. Bobby Green versus James Krause. It ended by a first round, I guess a technical knockout TKO because earlier accidental being the word, there was 2 low blows committed by Bobby Green on James Krause, and they look like they hurt a lot. I mean, I'm glad I didn't get hit with them, but you know, as far as you know, like after that, like he got caught with like a borderline shot, low kick. You know, he came in with a low kick and just caught him borderline, and McCarthy made a split-second decision and said like, oh, it was a clean blow, it was borderline. So they stopped and looked at the replays. It looked borderline, but you have to account for the fact that he just got hit twice low, and you know, like it was a little borderline. But it was like, you know, the fact that the cup is right there, you know, he get hit there, the whole cup moves and that shit. He was probably, the way he dropped it looked like he was like, oh dude, another low blow. You know what I mean? So very unfortunate. You know, Bobby Green said to give him a rematch, and we look forward to that because before Bobby Green was actually looking really good with his defense. At first, Krause was kind of like getting like the better of him with the distance, but then like once Green started shoulder rolling a lot of the punches and like figuring them out and like letting go of his hands and kicks, and it ended up becoming a really good stand-up fight before the unfortunate low blows and stop it. So hopefully we see a rematch. I'm not sure I'm gonna say this dude's name right. Michael Chiesa? Sorry, Mike. Call him Mike. This is Colton Smith. First round, they both ended up getting rear naked chokes on each other. Like Colton got a little closer with his, so that's the only reason I give Colton that round. You know what I mean? I'm not really a big fan of Colton because I remember one of his fights he went for like, you know, like, hey, takedown, you know, I see he has a very cowardly move and shit, so ever since then, I've not been a fan of his, so I'm very excited that he got his ass started actually going for Michael, especially seeing before his fight with Masvidal, you know what I mean, that dude's a beast. That was a good fight, you know. Second round, ended up judo throwing him and like clipping Colton in the head with the judo throw after like a scramble, and got the rear naked choke and choked him out. Great submission, got the hooks in, sunk it in. It was done. Good move by him. Shout out to both of them. It was a good fight. Rusman Khabilov. I'm sorry, I'm not good with those Russian names and shit. Khabilov versus George Masvidal. I gave it a 2-1 Khabilov or Rusman. I'm sorry, Rusman. I'm gonna say Rusman because it's a little easier to pronounce. I gave it a Rusman. Like the second round, I gave it Masvidal. First and last round, I gave to Rusman, especially that spinning heel kick. The way he caught him perfectly, like, it looked like it was over. So great fight. That to me probably fight of the night. You know what I mean? Because that's in regards to not seeing the other fights. I have no idea how the other fights went. You know, like I saw Larkin got a win. Shout out to him. He's one of my favorite strike force moving the UFC fighters. You know what I mean? I was very happy he dropped from 205 to 185. You know what I mean? Because he looked really small for 205, especially when he fought Chemo, and Chemo got tested positive for steroids. So yeah. Shout out Larkin, and a couple other fights didn't really get to see. So that's one thing from the fights I saw. Masvidal versus Usman Kavalov was fight of the night. Great fight. Yoel Romero, I'm not going to be able to say it. Palaco? I have to hear it. It's hard to read it. Versus Hani Marks, even though it's pronounced, even though it looks Ronnie, it's Hani Marks, his Brazilian name. It was a really good fight. Yoel, like, even though he's a wrestler, like the first takedown when he got taken down because Hani got his caught his kick and took him down. I didn't really see that as much of a like, oh, he took on this great wrestler. But the next one when he got like body lock and took him down, like, yo, what's going on? You know what I mean? Because this dude's a world-class wrestler to be taken down by, even though it's an MMA fight, so you got to take that into account still to be taken down by that dude. It was like a win in itself, just the fact that he was able to take him down, but ended up being a third round knockout with an overhand. Great shot. Yoel look like a beast. Like I like the way he kind of does what Nate and Nick Diaz do, but he's obviously a little more explosive and athletic because he just let his hands go, you know, just kick, and goes and then you know, just go all out, like, you know, with like his as far as like change speed and tempo and technique, you know, it's a really interesting way of fighting, and I've seen a lot of fighters do that, you know what I mean? It's really good way to incorporate your skills and not waste all your energy and find the right openings and, you know, when to let go. It's still like, you know, like you gotta find the right time and all that. So to fight the next style and be successful is like very impressive. It was a good fight. I'm looking forward to seeing him fight in the future. And Liz Carmouche versus Alexis Davis. Yo, once again, man, them girls know how to fight because they put on a great stand-up and jiu-jitsu and wrestling display because they took it everywhere, you know, clinch game, all that. Like, dude, they fought great. Liz Carmouche catching them with the overhand right after taking so many devastating leg kicks. You know, still having the, you know, the timing and the heart and will to just be like, I'll eat that leg kick just to catch that overhand right. It's like, and cutting her, and like, it was great, you know what I mean? It was a good fight. Like, felt bad for Carmouche and shit, you know. Because to this point, like the Colton also was served in the military, and she served in the military in Fort Worth. They lost, and it was like kind of felt bad for the crowd and shit. But this Carmouche showed she had major heart. You know, looking forward to seeing that fight. But Alexis Davis, dude, her leg kicks were brutal. Her stand up was precise, and like I'm looking forward to seeing her fight again because she showed a lot of talent and skill and like knowledge of fighting. And I was rather entertained by both. I'm looking forward to both of their fights. And now to the main event, Tim Kennedy versus Rafael Natal. That fight did not go the way I saw. I saw personally like either Natal like catching him and dropping him, or Kennedy grinding him out, tiring him out, and stopping him late or submitting him late, or just winning by decision. But first round kind of went the way I kind of didn't want, because I wanted Tim Kennedy to win. Went the way I thought it could have gone. Like Natal was catching him with his athleticism and techniques, and like because the way he was using his kicks, switching stances, spinning and all that, he could have catched the spinning heel kick even though he went for it a few times. You know, even Kennedy went for it once. You know, but the way he was switching stances and like just doing that, he was throwing Tim Kennedy off. He clipped him with a few good shots, caught him with a few good left hands and right, and like, it looked like he was gonna. It was going to be a long night for Kennedy, and just out of nowhere, dude, Kennedy just comes in with a sweeping left hook, just drops him, and kind of do a little, like, you know, like 1, 2, 3, Dean caught me, and he still went for one more. Like, yo, I understand you're in front of the truth, but calm the fuck down. It's like, you know, dude was done, fight was over. Like, I can understand that he was a moment, you know, just being in such like atmosphere, you know. And wanting to win, you know, you want to make sure the motherfucker's knocked out. So, But it was a great stoppage, like as far as like Herb Dean doing all he possibly could do to get Tim Kennedy off the dude, because Tim Kennedy was trying to maul him afterwards. Was like, you know, you obviously later he felt bad and wanted to knee her down and like, you know, look concerned and whatnot. But you know, like at the moment it's like, you know what I mean? But it's understandable. So, you know, shout out to UFC for like doing something good for the troops, you know, like yet again. And, you know, I liked how they did this one story. I forgot the name of the dude, how he was in one of the other Fight of the Troops. They were discussing the story, and like they're saying like the limitation that the doctor set on him, and now seeing him now, you know, like seeing how good he's doing. It's a good way to promote, you know, like the charity and all that, you know, and doing the whole thing with like getting training sessions with Anderson Silva and all that. I wish I had enough money to do that. So, yeah. Whatever lucky motherfucker gets that opportunity, not squander that, take advantage. So yeah, shout out to UFC, shout out to all the fighters, shout out to Rogan and Goldie, once again doing a good job with the commentary, you know what I mean? Nothing more to say, man. Enjoy the fights, hope y'all enjoy the fights, watch them, and I'm glad no judges really fucked it up, at least for the fights I saw. Because one thing I'm tired of is seeing judges that just do not know how to judge fights, you know what I mean? And seeing referees that have no business. Whenever I see that female referee refereeing a heavyweight fight, like, this bitch was like a broomstick. Fuck, she gonna stop like some 250-pound dudes stopping on another 250-pound dude? Like, really? No, man. Come on, man. Be like she can judge she can rep every female fight she wants, every male fight from like 155 and like under. You know what I mean? Let's get to them welterweights who like naturally walk around at like 200 pounds. Yeah, maybe don't want like a little skinny ass female looking like Popeye's girlfriend and shit, you know, trying to stop that fight. It's not gonna look good. So it's like, you know, good looking on like actually having like refs that are capable. And, like if we gonna get like some big China looking female, yeah, she could ref any fight. Fuck that. Strong ass female. Just saying. Yeah, you know, enjoy the fights. Glad no judges fucked it up. Glad no refs fucked it up. Even though refs only, like, people like her being doing a wonderful job, John McCarthy do a wonderful job, have been doing it for years. And, you know, like, we saw this little short white dude all hella stock. He did a good job in fight scene refs and shit, you know. So, you know, shout out to Cecil Peoples. He's an extremely good ref and judge that I personally know and think is the man and shit. He actually knows a lot about Muay Thai, a lot of techniques that I still use to this day and are rather effective. So, with that note, once again, if you don't know, I'm Intellect, the one and only homie. I'm fucking phony. Y'all know what it is. Let's get it.